guys, Shapoopi here. Hopefully this is recording with the right mic, big apology, guys. I haven't been putting these, what do you call them, the let's build parts for this castle. I've been putting them out really slowly, but you know, that's gonna all change today because I'm gonna bang out the rest of the parts. I think there are 2 more parts that I have to record, and the video's recorded, but I just need to edit them and then do the voiceover, so those will be coming out today. I will also be finishing up my city skylines for Babubla City, the city that we currently have going on right now. And I haven't been posting videos for city skylines because I think I mentioned this like every time, but unfortunately my brother's computer died and I lost all the footage for that recording. But you know what? I do still have some footage that was saved, and some that I recorded after just to finish up the city. And I've actually already played several hours of a new city, and those are all recorded and they need to come out, but I wanted to finish up the current city that we have before I release that. But enough talking about all the other videos, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I think Halloween is in like 4 days, which is super exciting. Everyone's going to be dressing up in costumes, you know, going to parties and stuff like that. I'm really excited because I'm just staying home. I'm going to be handing out candy, and I just can't wait till I see like the little babies in like M&M costumes, Halloween pumpkins, and oh, they're so cute, so pudgy. But anyways, what we're working on right now is the front again. So again, like I said many times, I kept coming back to trying to figure out how I was going to actually achieve the vine effect. Like I really wanted it to look like it was overgrown, but obviously you can tell that it's, you know, it's a little bit overbearing, so I try removing some things, moving them around, and I play with it quite a lot to try and get it looking natural, and unfortunately you cannot rotate things on a wall. I mean, that should be totally a feature. Like I could totally see that being adding so much diversity to the builds. Like if you could just rotate it, if you know what I mean, like in a what do you call that, in an XY plane, for all you math people that get what I'm saying. So it's in like a 2D face. You don't have to change the depth of it or anything, but you can rotate it 360 degrees on that XY plane. Like that would make so much more sense, and like therefore you could also make these vines, you know, look like they're moving in a specific direction rather than having it super bulky, because they're longer than they are wide, and then it ends up making it look like when it's moving left or right, it looks like it's really thick in that position, and then it just looks weird. But see, we do play with it a little bit more, and I think our final, when we stop touching it, it actually looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit more natural. Like right now I think a lot of it looks very straight, which is kind of boring and unnatural, and therefore it looks weird, but we eventually fix that up, and then it does end up looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. And all of this video is coming after Jason and Jeepa's wedding. So they've already had their wedding in Von-Windenburg Castle. Super exciting. Oh, actually no, the video hadn't come up yet. Ooh, now I've already said that they're gonna have their wedding here. Well, we already knew they were gonna have their wedding here. No surprise there. I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, I spoiled it completely, but this video hasn't gone live yet either. Now this is totally like Inception, you know, it's like trying to figure out, oh, what have you guys seen, what have you not seen, because I have all the footage, I know what's all been done, but you guys have no clue. But yeah, super exciting. And I gotta say, the new city skylines city that I've built so far is looking pretty good, guys. Like, I mentioned in my city skylines video, the one that I haven't posted, I think, I was saying that I was gonna take things really slow, or not really slow, but I was gonna be deliberate and careful, and the city's looking pretty good, guys, I gotta say. And I've got like highways that I've drawn myself, and they're looking pretty ace, if I do say so. And well, here I added windows to the rest of the castle, and so typically in castles, the windows are usually higher up, and they're usually very tiny. That's because if you were being sieged, you would want to be protected, right? You do not want people firing in, but you want to have the vantage, the high ground to shoot down at people. So therefore, the windows are not being placed on the lower floor, only on the higher floor, and they're also the smaller ones. But this was also one of the more medieval looking windows because they have that stained glass, they have that rock outline sort of shape to it, and I think that really, you know, that adds to it. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. I got a little choked up there. It's so sad placing windows. No, yeah, I don't know what happened to my voice there. Maybe I need to have a sip of water. I did have a cup of coffee, and so maybe my throat's a little bit dry. But yeah, so that's why the windows are up there, and I definitely wanted to place windows because the walls were looking very, very barren, and just to make it a little bit more exciting, I will eventually be placing flowers underneath all of these as well. So then it really gives the walls some color. It helps it give it that more, I don't want to say modern, it makes it look, what do they call it, revitalized? Is that the right word? You know, when it's not refurnished, it's not you know, when they go they restored it, you know, but then restoring is like when you make it back to its original. I guess so. The flower pots that we're using, they're really overgrown, very, very vibrant and colorful, and I thought they kind of match that medieval type of theme that I imagined in my head. They have kind of that droopy, overhanging look to it, but they also just add so much color, and they have a medieval style, but they definitely make it look like the castle's been literally, what is that word, revitalized, restored. It looks like it's been you know, taken care of, and someone has organized people to take care of the flowers and arrange them and stuff like that. And so it looks, I think it looks pretty good. You definitely don't notice it once they're all there because there's so many of them, but that's part of it too. I wanted it to sort of just blend into the background. Like you'll see it, but you won't really, it doesn't draw too much attention away from everything else. And I think the vines here that we add in the garden, the courtyard, we do a much better job. It looks much more natural, and you know, it doesn't look very overdone and heavy. And so yeah, I'm really happy with that. And the castle's really coming together. And then we finally have to get into doing the insides, and oh my gosh, the insides are such a pain in the butt. I mean, because the castle walls, I didn't realize when I was building it, right? So this is a 50 by 50 lot. That is a lot of space if you build an actual 50 by 50 house in here. And yeah, but like, it's just crazy because, like, where's my train of thought going? Yeah, so the walls are oh my gosh, total brain fart again. So what I was saying was, it's a 50 by 50 50 by 50 lot, and so it's a huge thing. Like if you built a house on it, there's a lot of space to fill with kind of very little furniture. Like you can only have so many bedrooms and bathrooms and things like that before it gets a little bit repetitive. Oh, and here is where I have a midlife crisis and I delete everything and I'm like, I'm going to redo it because I don't like it. Yeah. And then I think I put it back. Yeah. Yeah. I do remember actually doing that. That's so funny. Watching it back, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm crazy. And then that's so funny. But yeah, so it's a 50 by 50 lot, and there's only so many bedrooms and things you can fill with so much furniture, right, before it gets like too big. And so the good thing about the castle is that I don't have to fill in all the space. There's a lot of room to work with. I can put in multiple buildings and things like that. But the other problem is that I made the walls too thin. Like visually, they look very thick and blocky on the outside, but I think I may have made them too thin because you can't actually make sizable rooms. And so then I end up just leaving a lot of these hallways empty. And I guess you could say like typically in a castle, the walls are fairly thin. They do have their main purpose was just to serve as soldiers, right? To arm the walls and things like that. So it wasn't a big deal that the walls weren't that thick. But when you're trying to furnish them, it definitely makes it an issue. And you'll see that later on. It gets really repetitive on the inside. But oh my gosh, my hard drive is booting up and my computer fan is going off. So I'm gonna move my mic and I'm gonna lean back. Hopefully I'm not too loud, and hopefully you can't hear my fan anymore. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully the audio records okay, but I'll try and do some post editing to remove that extra sound. But yeah, so now we moved. I wasn't actually paying attention while I was telling this whole castle thick wall story. But what was it? What was that? Yeah, I moved the windows up. I think I moved them back down, because right now the way I look at them, they are looking kind of awkward that high up. But I might actually not move them back down. I don't know. Oh, and this is where I decided, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do the rest of the castle, you know, just to sort of flesh it out, make it look like the whole thing is overgrown. But then I kind of figure, oh no, it doesn't look quite right. And I also got a few other Let's Build coming, guys. I have a botanical garden, which is a 50 by 50 park, with a beautiful garden, playground, museum type garden thingy, and there's a nice beautiful pond, and you can do yoga among the flowers, and it's really cool. And then I also have this reptile house I'm building in the shape of a turtle, which is super cool. I think there was one more thing that I was building. I can't remember now. Oh, I have another clicker game that's coming out. I have a lot of videos. Oh my gosh, guys, I have so many freaking videos that I have to edit and put out. But you know, I'm slow. I'm super slow. So right here, guys, we are building a banquet hall. This would be sort of like the reception area where you would have your wedding. There's going to be a dance floor, lots of tables, and of course there's going to be a head table for the bride and groom, and maybe the wedding party as well. But yeah, so that sort of takes shape. Again, I tried using windows, lighting, and tables, and features, decorations, things that I don't usually use to sort of add some extra to them, but I also added those lights in because the ceiling, I think the ceiling has something to do with how well lit things get. So the further the ceiling, the less light there is produced. So I did ended up adding in some spotlights, my favorite spotlights, but that was also because if this was a modern like a refurbished castle, there would be better lighting. They wouldn't just use the old fixtures, because then it'd be very, very dim. And you want to be able to see your guests and stuff like that. Now, what other videos do I have? Oh my gosh, guys. Stardew Valley we got still going on. We still got Slime Rancher going on. Those are okay. I've been putting those out pretty good. I definitely need to start getting out those Aliens LPs out better. And oh my gosh, there's some. I haven't been doing my gaming news weekly. And there's what's it called? City Living is coming out soon, and I still have ideas for what I want to do for Let's Builds and stuff like that. Ah, God, I'm so terrible at this YouTube thing, guys. I'm such a failure. I can't do it. I mean, I just need to sit down and do it. I mean, it's not particularly difficult, I say. I mean, it's not easy, it's not hard though. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. But anyways, yeah. We're doing it. I'm gonna sit down today, guys. I'm gonna spend a lot of time working on all these videos, and I'm gonna just overload you guys with all the videos. So yeah. Oh, there was one more thing I was gonna say. I can't remember now. Today is October 28th. That means Halloween's coming up. But what's coming up in November? November is City Living. Halloween is coming up. I can't remember now. What was I gonna do? I don't know. Oh well. Not a big deal. Oh, my 100th video is coming up. But that wasn't what I was thinking about. But that is pretty exciting. I mean, 100 videos. No one's watching, but 100 videos. I feel pretty good about it. Oh, man. Alright. And you know what? I think we are getting close to the end of this video. Sorry guys that I haven't been posting these very regularly, as well as the Alien LP, and I've also stopped the City Skylines, but that is all going to change today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I promise, have the next video up, the next part of this, to finish off this Let's Build. Like right after this video, they'll both go up together. At least I will try to. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate any comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. Those few of you that are watching, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Actually, I will see you in like 5 minutes. So bye.